Hello everyone, I'm Raven from Raven Comics, and today we're going to look at the fitting end that Superboy Prime finally received. After being one of the main villains of DC Comics, the writers didn't know what to do with him and gave him a rather unfortunate end. But years later, we got to see the conclusion he truly deserved. It all began on Earth Prime, 1984. I was adopted just like he was. That's why my parents named me Clark Kent. They found me in a field abandoned. It always made me feel unwanted alone. But I had Superman. I always had Superman, until he betrayed me. Clark was calmly reading a Superman comic when Kenny came to hassle him. This wasn't his store, and he didn't have enough money for the latest Superman issue. Kenny calls Superman a fool, but Clark says he isn't. It doesn't matter how many of you there are. He's not giving you anything. The boys start teasing him even more. His parents named him after a cartoon character. But there's a difference between the two. The difference is that this Clark Kent from Earth Prime can bleed. Things are getting complicated, but then someone arrived to save him. Her name was Lori, his best friend. Some time has passed, and there's a reason why Clark did what he did. It was all to win her back. Lori was his world, and she was until the end. Even later, on a Halloween night, Clark Kent received a suit. At this point, he was about to become Superboy. That same night on the beach, the two were enjoying the beautiful scenery. But for some reason, Clark was gazing at the sky. Lori asked if he was okay. He had been looking up all night. Clark knew something was there. He had heard something. It was so strange. It was like someone needed his help. Suddenly, Clark began to run. He wanted to fly, wanted to jump as far as he could, further and further. Unfortunately, at that moment, he couldn't fly and simply fell. I'll never forget that fall. We talked for hours that night about our fears, hopes, our future together. We talked about marriage, getting a dog, having kids, and even if I felt something pulling me, I knew where I wanted to be forever. Then a comet passed by. Surprisingly, Clark Kent began to fly. But it all happened too fast. I didn't even get to say goodbye to Lori. It was all his fault. Superman was out there near Earth. I knew there was an infinite number of parallel Earths in the multiverse because of the comics I read. I just didn't know it was all real. I discovered everything I had read about. Superman told me that I had the power to help them save all reality from the same threat I had been reading about for months. We fought as the multiverse was collapsing into one universe. I wasn't there, but I know Lori died. My parents, my friends, they all did. I really tried to accept it, but when there was a chance to bring Lori and everyone else back years later, I had to take it. I was so hurt that I snapped and became a monster. Which brings us to now. They call me Superboy Prime. Some pathetic wannabe Batman is trying to do what a handful of other villains have already tried for some reason. To reshape the entire multiverse according to his own vision. I feel like I've read this story before, but now I understand it better. Everything in the multiverse is upside down and mixed with a compilation of the worst and greatest hits. I can't figure out what's happening, and the worst part is I no longer care. I've seen everyone die and come back so many times already. Some I know I killed myself. But they were rebooted, so what does it matter? Does anything matter anymore? The whole Super family was standing before Superboy Prime. Given his history, they wonder if he's really going to help them. But they all know something is wrong with him. How many times has this idiot tried to kill them? If they get too close, he'll probably kill them. That guy is pure poison. Hearing all these words from afar makes Superboy Prime think. He was sitting quietly on a rock when Krypto arrives. With him in front, Prime simply asks what he wants. What is this stupid dog looking at? But the dog shows him some affection and smiles at someone who once tried to destroy them. It's time to show who Superboy Prime really is. So he goes to pet little Krypto. He remembers the first story he read about him. But as he pets him from afar, the original Superboy sees everything, jumps at him, and asks what the hell he's doing. Prime says, "Nothing. Your stupid dog came over here." Superboy tells him if he hurts him, he'll blow his brains out. He'll shove that silly armor down his throat. Prime asks him to keep his dog away. Anyway, he doesn't like him. He never did. A flying dog with a cape is so stupid. Suddenly, the Bark Knight army appears, ready for a fight. It was about time for some action. This god Batman created 52 worlds full of Supermen from other worlds designed to destroy them. What they don't know is that Superboy Prime is no ordinary Superman, but the most dangerous one of all. The last time Superman had long hair, he died. He might be lucky for something, but who are we kidding? Even if Superman dies, he comes back. It's always good versus evil. Everyone starts fighting, even those who were previously enemies. Superman and Lex Luthor start working together. But there's something wrong here. He does things that make everyone mock him. For example, this guy tells me that I'm beneath him, that in his world he's millions of years in the future, or whatever. And in that future, everyone fighting here today has a place in the history books, Kara, John, even Lex. Entire chapters of cool and epic stories starring each of them. He said, "You're just a footnote." The petulant kid who broke the universe with a tantrum, barely heard from again. But his world doesn't matter, nor does he. And then, when he hit this rejected character from imaginary stories, he saw his world change. But why? What should I do? Superboy Prime flies away. He understands now, and the original Superboy already knew it. He's no hero. He's leaving. It's always the same, no matter the Earth. Returning to Prime, just outside Earth's orbit, I see the last 52 worlds all aligned. These worlds this bad guy created to destroy everything and everyone. And then I wonder, can I use this? Can I change them all if I kill this monster? What would happen if I hit so hard again that it could destroy reality? But this time, I directed straight at the Batman who laughs. Then I saw it again. That world and Lori. We were happy. I was a father. Now, all I hear are screams, pain, fury. Where's that bad guy hiding? The Batman who laughs is surprised. It seems there's a bit more to Superboy Prime. This is funny. Prime punches him and attacks with heat vision. Go on. You should laugh at him then. He's worn out his welcome. The Darkest Night was nowhere, but as for Superboy Prime, his story is coming to an end. Prime lands another hard hit, saying he already told him to laugh. The Darkest Night never laughed at him. What he meant by funny is that they aren't so different. Prime tells him they definitely are. After all, Prime once tried to do the right thing. But the Batman who laughs only wants to be evil. The Darkest Night says no, he just wants to help him evolve to where he's naturally heading. Like he wants darkness everywhere. And Prime? What about him? What is this Superboy? Anyone can give it to him, and all he has to do is step aside, because he'd rather not waste that much energy killing him. Prime tells him he can't do it. No one can. There's no one here who can defeat him, and he's going to prove it with this incredible barrage of punches. The only one who's going to be killed here is the Batman who laughs. The punches were brutal, and I think I've won. Unfortunately for the Darkest Night, I've kicked his butt, and then I feel it. His power can be mine. The world I saw with Lori, my world, I can destroy what's left of it and take it back. And then none of this matters anyway. They all hate me, so I hate them. But there's something that stops Superboy Prime at this moment. It's Krypto. Prime tells this stupid dog to get out of here. He already told him before to go, but it seems he can't keep going, and he pets him again. The Batman who laughs begins to recover. They can't destroy him any more than he can destroy them. So he has to let them help him. Prime doesn't want to do it. The Batman who laughs continues. If he can do it, give him a world to be his own. He has to see it, everyone down there. It's not worth fighting for them now. If he joins his army of Supermen, he can give him what he's wanted for so long. Prime thinks about it. I mean, yes, and I see a world where I do, and I'm loved by everyone, accepted. I'll become a hero again, the kind of hero I always wanted to be. But it's a world without my parents, without Lori. So it's not worth it. I tell Krypto to go, then close my hand. This will be the last time I'll make fists. And I let it go. Let go of my dreams to deliver a brutal punch to the Darkest Night. The punch is so strong that Superboy Prime only watches as all his dreams are destroyed. As I mentioned, the punch was so hard that Prime himself is also flung back. From Earth, Steel notices that the evil worlds are disappearing. Whoever did it just gave them a chance. The problem is that whoever did it is dead. Unfortunately for Superboy Prime, the punch also caused him terrible damage. Not even those fighting on Earth will know what just happened. The only one who knows is Krypto. Krypto tries to revive him, but obviously, not even with those licks can he wake him. All he can do is grieve for Superboy Prime, who has died. Suddenly, Clark Kent appears on another Earth. He doesn't understand what's happening. He sees himself in a death metal comic. He was just fighting, and now he's here. And Lori is there too. The strange thing for Clark Kent is that she's not the only one here. Krypto is also there. Clark thought maybe this wasn't real. Maybe he really died, or maybe it was a trick or something. But he knows that he's home. He's really back, and it doesn't matter how. A bit later, while out walking with their pet, Lori and Clark see a green car about to hit a child. Clark begins to run. He tries. Lori was right. I have to try, even if I'm not who I thought I was. Well, maybe the story isn't over. I guess they never are, but maybe you should go for a walk too. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe for more content like this. I'm TJ Prime, and see you in the next video.